Why is it always these lashes over here do what they want? Hey you guys, welcome back to my channel. For today's video, I'm so excited to be sharing with you my comfort zone makeup look. This is not my get out of the door quick makeup. This is not my full glam makeup. This is not my no makeup look. No, this is my comfort zone makeup look, which means this is the makeup that I am drawn to. This is the makeup I feel looks best on me, on my skin. This is what I feel like looks best with my eye color, skin tone, all that good stuff, hair color, everything. So yeah, this is just me in my comfort zone makeup. That is pretty much what this is. I mean, it's a little bit extensive, I'm not gonna lie, but this is what I feel works best for me. What I feel like it's going to last without looking cakey, and it's just what I feel best in. And just for a little background, I do have oily skin. It is a little bit dehydrated though in some spots, and I do have some dry patches from acne as well. So there's that. And so yeah, I hope y'all enjoy this video. If you do, please give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe before you leave if you're not already. I would love to have you part of the family, the really small family, but we're growing slowly but surely. We'll get there. Hit that little notification bell too so that you're notified every time I upload a new video because you don't want to miss out. And without further ado, let's go ahead and get started. So starting out, first things first, I always prime my face. I did already wash, moisturize, and exfoliate. I have a very extra routine when it comes to priming my face for makeup because since I do have oily skin, I have textured skin, I have very visible pores, and so in order to combat all of those things, like I said, I have a very extensive priming routine. First I go in with the Smashbox Photo Finish Primer Water. Spray that all over. This is the coconut one, So Chill Coconut Primer Water that Nicole Concilio collaborated with Smashbox for, and it smells amazing. I do have oily skin, but the primer water I feel like helps to hydrate any dehydrated spots that I may have on my skin, any dry patches and stuff like that. So that's why I do like to use that first. I already did do my brows, by the way, because I need to do a separate video for my brow routine because those are super extra as well. Today I kind of went a little more not as bold as I normally do, just since it's kind of a just everyday look, and I didn't want to, it's not like a full glam, basically is what I'm trying to say. So I will do a video soon on my brow routine just so I can kind of show you guys how I achieve my brows if that's something you're interested in. So then I'm going with my Catrice Light Correcting Serum Primer, and this is in the shade Candlelight. I think they only have one shade, and I know they sell it at Ulta, so it does say to shake well. I'm gonna take my rings off so that I can get my rings dirty. This pretty much adds just like a slight glow to the skin. It's like in a little dropper thing, and I'll just drop about that much in there, just one little squirt of it, and so I'll rub it in between my hands, kind of just, and it really just adds like a slight glow to the skin. Since I do go for normally more matte foundations, so I like to have somewhat of a glow under my skin, if that makes sense. I don't want everything to look too flat. And as you can see, my face gets like so red. My skin is so sensitive, so as soon as I start touching it, it just does whatever it wants to. And then I will go in with my Smashbox Pore Minimizing Primer. I just put this on any spots where I need some pore filling, which is pretty much on my cheeks, a little bit on my chin, a little bit on my forehead, and a little on my nose. And my nose gets so red and so oily, like so easily, and it drives me insane. So that's why I usually have to incorporate a more full coverage or a more matte foundation on in some way to my routine. If not, if I just use a somewhat light to medium coverage, my nose is seriously like bright red, like Rudolph. It drives me crazy, and I don't know if y'all have any tips and tricks on how to get rid of a red nose. Feel free to let your girl know. So with this, I'm just patting it in, helping to fill those pores. This stuff is seriously, it's a lifesaver. Like, it seriously looks like you're photoshopped. I love it. I love it so much. Then the last step for my priming routine is the Tatcha Silk Canvas Primer. This stuff is just phenomenal. Like I said, I do have oily skin, but I feel like this really helps just smooth everything. And it does help add a little bit of hydration where it's needed. I won't really add that onto my nose just for the fact that my nose gets super oily, super quick. but I will add it a little bit everywhere else. And you just rub it in. It helps just create a very smooth canvas for applying your face products. If you see me looking like right over here, it's because this is where my mirror is, so just FYI. Normally that is like the first step I do before I even do my brows, but since I did my brows off camera, I still wanted to do my face primers before I start my eye makeup. For the most part, I do my eye shadows first and then my face makeup. I do like to do my face primers before I do my eyes though, to kind of let it sink into the skin and do what it needs to do, kind of work, I guess you could say, and get the skin all ready. So then I'm going to prep my eyelids for the mascara. Ugh. I'm going to prep my eyelids for eyeshadow. I'm going to go in with my Makeup Revolution concealer. Love this stuff. Like, I've only used it a handful of times so far, but it's seriously, it's amazing. Does not really cause much creasing under my eyes, which I do find, unfortunately, that the new Too Faced Born This Way concealer, that really honestly can cause creasing under my eyes, and I hate that it does that. I hate that it does that because I really wanted it to be like a new favorite, and I can still make it work. It just takes a little while longer. I'm going in with just a brush to pat that out. I like to let the concealer sit also for just like a few minutes or a few seconds, I guess, because it kind of gets a little more tacky, makes it easier to blend out. It's not too liquidy. Like I said, this is like pretty much how I do my makeup if I'm going anywhere, like on a weekend. Like, you know, this is not special occasion makeup. This is my go-to routine. And no makeup routine. This is just like my go-to if I'm, you know, date night, girls night, you know, something like that. This is just something that I find works for me. It's what I kind of lean towards. So, all right, I'm gonna go in with my ColourPop No Filter Loose Setting Powder. And this is in the translucent shade. Go with like a super fluffy brush and set that. Now if I'm doing a more bold eye look, I won't set the concealer, but once again, this is not a bold look. And that really just sets a super smooth base for that. I love this brush too. This is one of the BH Cosmetics vegan line brushes. Seriously love BH Cosmetics brushes. I feel like they do not get enough credit, and they really should because they are phenomenal. For eyeshadow, I'm going to be using the Dominique Cosmetics Latte palette. I have been loving this palette lately. It's just like a super neutral everyday palette. Like, it honestly is. It just has your normal crease shades, your mattes. It has like just some really pretty shimmers in there too. So I feel like you can create quite a few looks with it. Granted, you may already have these shadows, like these colors in your collection, so I'm not gonna say it's like a must-have, but the formula is really good. It's a little bit powdery, but still I like this. All right, going with my Sigma E40 tapered blending brush. I'm gonna go in with this shade Caramel. I say caramel or caramel. It's such like a talked about little word. And Caribbean or Caribbean, I think of the most random things in the world. I'm doing my makeup. If I don't have anything planned, I'm like just sitting here contemplating life and putting this just all into the crease. Just a pretty warm caramel shade. Just building it up a little bit. I'm gonna go with the shade Hazelnut right there. It's like more of a kind of a reddish brown color, I would say. And I'm putting that into the crease as well. And these shades really are super easy to work with. They're very creamy, very nice formula that she created with this. I was stuck between if I wanted to get this palette or the Lemonade palette, and I feel like I could really get a lot more use out of this one because I'm more of the neutrals kind of girl. So probably the Lemonade palette is really good too. Go with like a little smaller blending brush that has no product on it, and I'm gonna buff it out a little bit more. Need to go run some errands. Figured I would do my everyday makeup routine and film it, just so need to be putting some more content out. Life has been a little hectic as usual. I had got poison ivy about 3 weeks ago, and it literally has been a nightmare. I went 26 years without ever touching this stuff, I guess. And at first I kind of thought, maybe I'm just not allergic to it. Well, your girl's very allergic to it. I've been having so much fun. It's like all over my legs. It's seriously disgusting. I'm going to the beach in a couple of weeks. I'm like, I swear, if this stuff is not gone, I'll have to wear pants on the beach. I don't know. I don't know what to do. The life of Elizabeth. I'm gonna go in a little bit with this mocha shade. I'm gonna tap in super lightly. It's just kind of to deepen up the outer part. I'm just gonna really tap that on the outer portion of the eye, like the outer V. And now I'm going back in with the same brush that I was kind of blending that out with, and I'm going to, it doesn't have anything on it, I'm just going to buff that into that, blend it kind of in with the colors, but keep, you're keeping that majority of the color on the outer. And it just really creates just a kind of a gradient rather than looking super harsh. I hope it's okay. This is turning into more of like a chatty get ready with me, but okay, so I'm gonna go in and cut my crease. I'm just going in, I go in with like my concealer and just whatever concealer you have. Tap it on there. The part that I really cut is just kind of pretty much cut. I always look up like that, and that helps me to see like where a crease, like where the concealer needs to end. Pretty much I do like a half cut crease. I like pretty much most of the lid to be some kind of like metallic shimmery shade. So cut the crease to help that stand out more. So I just kind of put it there in the center like that. And then I will look up and you can see like where it, when I open my eyes, where that crease kind of ends. And so that's how I know where I need, to draw the crease to. And now if it looks a little uneven, that's okay, because I always go in at the end and like put more, deeper shades into the crease. So that's totally okay. Then I take just a flat brush and spray it. You can spray it with any like setting spray, MAC Fix Plus, whatever. Then I'm gonna go in with the shade Creme Brulee, which is like the more kind of bronzy shimmer, and you're just putting that right on top of where you cut your crease. And I just kind of pat it on there. Sometimes I'll actually go in with more on my finger because I feel like that even adds a little more of a pop. So that's what we're at so far. It does look a little bit uneven. So what I do now, I'm gonna tap in with hazelnut and mocha. It's like a little bit on this blending brush, like lightly go over that. Just to define that crease again really and make it to where the shimmer kind of stands out a little more. And if you notice a difference in color of my hands and my face, that's because I am, of course, self-tanned and I don't do my face. So yeah, there's that. Okay, I feel like that looks good for now. So then I'm gonna go ahead and go in with just some eyeliner. I literally don't do hardly anything for this. I just pretty much get it as close to the lash line as possible. I'm using the Stila Stay All Day Waterproof Liquid Liner. So now we're going to move on to our face. For the face, since we've already primed, now what I've really been liking to do lately is doing a more natural or radiant finish foundation mixed with a more matte foundation. So it helps, I feel like, to where it's not going to break up easily in my T-zone and on my nose especially, and it's also going to give me the right amount of coverage, and it's not going to look too flat or too matte. Because I used to be a really big fan of matte, but lately I've found myself going for more of a natural radiant finish, and it's hard to do that when you do have oily skin. Some foundations are just not long lasting that are radiant for oily skin. So I've found mixing a more matte foundation with a more Radiant foundation can really give you that right amount of coverage and glow, and long lasting. I'm going with my Too Faced Peach Perfect Comfort Matte Foundation, and then my Benefit Hello Happy foundation. So the Benefit Hello Happy is in shade 6, and then the Peach Perfect is in shade Golden Beige. It's probably going to look pretty crazy because my face looks like it's so white compared to everything else, but I promise it'll match my body when we're done, when it's all said and done. If not, we can always fix it. And so they say not to shake this, and I think that's for good reason because it seriously like explodes. This is like very liquidy too, by the way. This does have a very light coverage, the Hello Happy, but I really like it. Like, it gives you a very nice finish. So I'm going with my Sigma F80 flat kabuki brush and start blending. Oh, not my hair. Buffing all of that out. So my go-to, like, for full coverage, like matte, well, it's not really matte, I would say, but like super full coverage, super long lasting lately, has been the Huda Beauty Faux Filter Foundation mixed with the Too Faced Born This Way foundation. Those two together are magical. Like, phenomenal in every single way. And if you have not tried them together, at least, like I said, because I feel like, you know, you get with the Too Faced Born This Way, it can be a little more radiant, and you know, unless you like set it and I guess bake, it may break up fairly easily on oily skin. So that's why I like to mix it with the Huda Beauty one. And when I do that, whew, honey, lasts all day. It looks beautiful. It may feel a little heavy just due to like the Huda Beauty one, but I find that it's when I want full coverage, when I want something that's going to last me all day in this heat and humidity, that is what I've been going for. So with the more full coverage of the Too Faced Peach Perfect foundation, and then the, you know, somewhat light to medium coverage, I feel like it gives a good glow, a little natural, but seems to cover any imperfections, any blemishes, redness, which is what I'm just, the main focus is covering my redness and blemishes. Okay, so for concealer, we're gonna go with the Flower Beauty Light Illusion Full Coverage Concealer in the shade Light. I feel like now this shade may be a little light. To bring in some darker reinforcements because this is crazy light. Bringing in the LA Girl Pro Conceal Creamy Beige. Darken that just a little bit in my smile lines, and I'm gonna kind of where like it starts to break up a little bit. Actually put like a little more of Flower Beauty one like inside of my eyes. Really brighten that right there. And let that kind of sit for a minute to get a little more tacky, so that makes it, I feel like, less prone to crease, in my opinion, for my under eyes. So to start blending it out, I'm going in with the Flower Beauty Beauty Sponge. Making sure there's no creases. That's exactly, I get like one crease is like right here. Doesn't matter what I do. So I'm actually going with my much loved Shape Tape. Like a little, for more coverage on my nose, just to cover up those creases under my eyeballs. I swear I'm very extra when it comes to making sure that I don't have any creases, but it is like something that I'm just very passionate about. Okay. While I'm letting the concealer sit for just a moment, I'm going to tell you what I did use for my brows, just so you'll know. I used the Benefit Precisely My Brow, and this is in the shade 5. It's like one of the darkest, or if it's not the darkest, I'm not sure. And I used the Sugar Art Arrival Brow Definer Pencil. It's in the shade Taupe Tom. I went in with 2 different brow gels. I went in with the Essence Make Me Brow in Brownie Brows, and then the Brow Gal Instant Brow Hair in the shade 02 Brown Hair. And yeah, that's my my brow routine. I'm going with a different brush. I'll go in. This is my Sigma Beauty Sponge. I just kind of like use the flat side there to like press it in, so it kind of helps diminish any creasing somewhat. So now that the concealer is done, I'm going to go ahead real quick and add some cream highlighter before I add powder, just because I don't want this to cause any issues. And this is the Marc Jacobs Spotlight Glow Stick, and I absolutely love it. I go in with my fingers and tap, 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 tap. It adds a very natural glow. More for like date night, like on the weekends, you know, something like that. I'll just take my little beauty sponge and I just really like the natural glow that gives. I love that. To set this, I'm going in with my Hourglass Veil powder. I love this Sigma sponge for this. This is like seriously like perfect. Probably will add a little more highlight. By the way, I just kind of do the cream one before I do the powder so that it doesn't break up. I sit with it like that for probably just a few minutes while I do my bronzer, contour, whatever. Usually when I'm just going out, I will just go in with my butter bronzer, go in with a kind of a small tapered brush and get a lot of that on it and warm up those cheekbones. Whoa, you see that? Your girl went a little crazy. If you can tell that you overdid it just a little bit, just go back in with some powder. I go on this like flat side like this, and for the nose contour, going with just a smaller brush like that and warming that up a little bit to define it just a little bit. Blend this contour out and have to wipe away all of this powder. Under the eyes, I kind of like to more push it in, if that makes sense, instead of like, you know, sweeping it away. Put a little powder on top of the bronzer. It kind of helps to diffuse it a little bit if you went a little too ham on your contour, because it happens, trust me. Okay, then I'm going to go in with my L'Oreal True Match Lumi Bronze It, just to kind of bronze up the rest of the face. It's a very just natural bronze. We're not doing, you know, this just kind of adds, because sometimes like under the eyes it can look a little, you know, too light, and kind of want it to look more natural. It's another BH Cosmetics brush, by the way. Now we're gonna go back into the Dominique Cosmetics Latte palette, and okay, I'm going in with a flat definer brush. This is the Morphe M432, and I'm gonna go in with the shades Mocha, or Hazelnut and Mocha again in there, and this is more for kind of just lining, literally like stamping, and I kind of connect it always to the outer corner of the eye. I'm gonna go with just kind of another fluffy blending brush and kind of diffuse that out to look a little less harsh, kind of going back and forth a few times. Nothing too wild. Okay, so now that that is done, I'm gonna go ahead and apply blush. And for blush, I've absolutely been loving this Essence Satin Touch Blush, and this is in the shade Satin Coral. It is just a beautiful coral color and like so much color payoff. Like, okay, like what? And this is like $3, $4, I don't even know what it is, to be honest, but it's Essence, it can't be that expensive. And this is honestly has better color payoff than some of my higher end blushes, so I always put a little bit on my nose too. Actually, I'm going with this KKW brightening powder, and this is in the shade 3. It's like the banana colored one. What I've been doing, and I will go in, just tap in there a little bit, put that under the eyes, brighten them even, like, tell me that you see the difference in that one and that one. This stuff, I was not expecting this to be so phenomenal. Like, I mean, how can it? Like I was just, and you can seriously pat it wherever, you know, you want more brightness. Okay, so now the next step is going to be, I'm gonna actually go ahead and spray my face with some Smashbox primer water. And this is what I do before I do my highlight. Then I'll actually spray it again with the Milani Make It Last setting spray. That is a more long wearing setting spray. Since I'm so oily, I do like to have one of those as well. I do this to kind of just set everything and then put the highlight on when it's a little bit damp. Kind of makes it pop a little bit more. Right, I'm gonna go in with Becca Champagne Pop and on a fan brush. I'm going to go in with this again on the inner corner to brighten that up a little bit, to brighten the eyes up. And then we're going to put that on the brow bone. Brighten that up just a tad. Okay, so then I'm going to go ahead and set it again so that I can go in with my lips and mascara and won't have to wet that because, yeah, you're not supposed to do that. Let me tell you, this stuff really does, like, make it last. Okay, so my camera actually just died and I had to charge it for just a few minutes, so I went ahead and got ready the rest of the way what I need to do to get ready to head out the door after I'm done with this so I can run some errands. So now that we are done with highlight, I went ahead and set my brows with the Benefit Brow Setter, and that's just a clear brow setting gel. Now I'm gonna go in with mascara. I'm using the Essence Instant Volume Boost Mascara. I actually got this recommendation from Tati, one of her videos, Best Affordable Makeup, and I do agree that this stuff is, I mean, it's really, really good. I mean, the amount of volume for, I want to say $5. And if you don't want clumps, be sure that you kind of, you know, wipe off your wand a little bit, because I did find that if you don't, it can get kind of clumpy. Sometimes, I swear. Why is it always these lashes over here do what they want? And if we have a couple of clumpy eyelashes, it's still gonna be a good day, okay? I don't know how it gets all the way up to my freaking eyebrow, but sometimes. And then for the bottom, I'm gonna go in with my CoverGirl Lash Blast Volume Mascara. So I mean, like, for these to be a drugstore mascaras, they are amazing. Like, that's always my go-to is drugstore mascaras. So I'm going in with my NYX lip pencil, and this is in the shade Nude Suede Shoes. So I'm going in with that just to line my lips. I'm just gonna be going in with gloss today. I just like to kind of line them before I go in with the gloss. I'm going in with the Anastasia Beverly Hills lip gloss in the shade Amber. I really do like the Anastasia lip glosses. They are very pigmented, and I mean, they're very comfortable too. Like, they're not too sticky. It's a really pretty kind of coral, like peachy shade, like kind of a nude peachy. Going in like with a little bit of the shade Kristen to darken it up just a little. Okay, you guys, so this is the finished look. This is my kind of go-to, what I would wear for a normal day makeup. This look is more of what I am like drawn to, what I'm more drawn to do every day, rather than, you know, if I'm inspired to something. This is just what I feel comfortable in. This is what makes me feel good. So I really hope y'all enjoyed this video. So let me know down below in the comments how your routine is similar to mine and in which ways it is different. I would love to know. And give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. Please don't forget to subscribe if you're not already. Hit that little notification bell so that you're notified every time I upload. I do upload new videos weekly and you don't want to miss out. So yeah, thank you all so much for watching. I truly appreciate each and every one of you. I hope y'all are having a wonderful day or night wherever you are. I will see you guys in the next video. Bye. Very difficult. Getting my life together. Poison ivy, I swear, y'all, it's no joke.